Hello, everyone. Welcome to Benito Chavez Poetry. At this moment, I would like to share a special poem. This is written by my friend Su Rong Tao. He's a friend of mine in the Philippines. At one time, was very active in the Chinese literary group when I was in college. And a few years ago, we wrote this book together, Philippine poetry, Philippines written in poetry. So Rong Tao contacted me one day and said that he had a collection of Chinese poems about the Philippines and would like me to translate to English. So I did that. We published a book a few years ago, and today I'd like to share one poem which I also translated into Tagalog. And let's see how that goes. Okay. Mano Po，尊敬来自虔诚，属于一颗心的。从16世纪到自由民族，人们仍然使用额头和手背来表达。在一天中第一次见面或进入聚会时，没有年龄、性别限制，通常在2代以上的人身上持续练习，直到时间苍老，烟火成聚，爱仔的礼仪仍在空气和发酵之间晃动，一代接一代的延续下去，属于推重和崇敬一种行为。Mano Po. Respect comes from gut fearing, belongs to the heart. From the 16th century to free democracy, people continued to use the forehead and the back of the hand to express. When first met during the day or walked into a gathering, no age nor gender restrictions. Usually, it's between people 2 generations above, continuing the practice until the time gets old and the smoke quiets. The etiquette of love still sways between the air and the hair tips, passed from one generation to another. It's a kind of behavior highly recommended and respected. Mano Po. Ang paggalang ay dahil sa may takot sa Diyos, nabibilang sa puso mula sa pang-16 na siklo hanggang sa demokrasya. Ang mga tao, ginagamit pa rin ang noo at kamay para ipahayag. Kung unang beses makita o pumasok sa salo-salo, walang paghihigpit sa edad o kasarian. Kadalasan, yung mga taong walang 2 henerasyong pataas patuloy na nagsasanay. Hanggang tumanda ang oras at tumahimik ang usok. Ang katandahang asal ng pagmamahal, palaging nasa gitna ng hangin at buhok, na ipasa mula sa isang henerasyon para sa susunod. Ito ay isang pag-uugali, lubos na inirekomenda at iginagalang. So, Mano Po is something that you might see in a Filipino gathering, basically, if like you say, 2 generations, like if I walk into a room and see my grandpa, I might take his hand and put it here. And that's a sign of respect, and it's very common that you see in the Philippines. And of course, being a Chinese Filipino, I grew up in a Chinese family, which we don't do that, but among our friends and also in the Filipino society, you see that. Actually, one time I was talking to a therapist, and he was impressed that this is a kind of practice that he sees that you don't see that in other cultures. So it's quite special, and I think the key there is the respect, especially if you go to a Filipino family where usually you have 3 generations, meaning the grandparents, the parents, and the kids live in one house, and you see them giving that respect to the elderly. And for me, the fact is, since I'm translating someone's poem, it was really hard. It took me a while earlier to translate a poem because of the wordings and certain things that needs to be translated. And that's one thing that's a challenge when we try to translate a poem from one language to another. A lot of times when I do mine, let's say, for example, in this case, if I wrote a poem in Chinese and I translated English and Tagalog, usually uh, it's a little easy for me. That's my experience. It's really hard sometimes to catch what the author wanted to convey, and also the style and the rhythm. But anyway, I thought it's a good poem. I thought it's a poem that is really related to the Filipino culture, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, thank you. Until next time, take care. Bye.